week 2, I'm ready for you. Hey guys, good morning. So I actually mixed up my days and I wasn't on call Saturday on the 4th of July, and I'm actually on call Sunday. So thankfully I did not go in on Saturday and I caught it at the last minute. So I am getting ready right now. It's 7:30 to go into the Psych ED to be on call today. So I am on call from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm wearing my N95 now. So that's basically because the people in the Psych ED have not been COVID tested yet. So I don't know if they have coronavirus and therefore have to wear my N95. All right guys, I just finished for the day. So I'm gonna take my mask off. Probably gonna have lines on my face. Mask lines. So my on-call day in the Psych ED, it's called the Crisis Center, was actually pretty good, you guys. I was only there from 8 to 2 because it was only 6 hours. I didn't get to take a lunch. I had to just eat kind of a granola bar that I had in my pocket. But it was cool because basically the Crisis Center, the ED, is where a lot of patients come first, right? They come to the emergency department and then the emergency room doctors send them to the crisis center for like psychiatric evaluation, and then from the crisis center they either get discharged or they get admitted and go up to inpatient, where I just was last week. So it's like I kind of got to see the step before inpatient and how that happens. So it was like interesting coming from inpatient and going to the crisis center, because I felt like I was kind of going backwards, but it was cool. I saw a lot of patients who, honestly, it was sad because a lot of them are homeless or not in stable housing, and they use the emergency room and, you know, the crisis center as a means to have somewhere literally just to sleep or to get a sandwich. And because they maybe have psychiatric illnesses, they're put in the crisis center. And, you know, homelessness and mental health is super interconnected. So it was very interesting. Hey guys, so it's day 1 of consults. So I have my oatmeal. This is gonna become a norm. So one other thing that I'm coming to realize, like, I need to figure out is what shoes to wear. So I've been wearing scrubs predominantly. They allow us to wear scrubs in psychiatry. So for the first week I was wearing like some Air Maxes, and my feet were hurting by the end of the day, even though we sit a lot. So today I'm trying out some new sneakers I got. Today I am eating a beef patty with some hot sauce while I eat lunch in the caf. Hey y'all, so I just finished first day of consults. It actually went really good. So basically how it works is in the morning you come in and you check to see if anybody ordered a psychiatric consult. So any of the doctors from, you know, the other floors, from surgery, from just inpatient medicine, ordered a psych consult because one of their patients are maybe struggling with psychiatric illness. So in the morning we see if any psych consults have been ordered. If so, we want to basically do all of our background research. So look through the chart, call any family members, get the story, like all of that stuff. Get your ducks in a row before you go see the patient, right? So do that in the morning. Then we went to lunch, and then after I went to see the patient, checked upon them, did like a mental status exam, which is kind of the psych exam. Then we come back together as a team and discuss what to do with this patient if they require inpatient, you know, evaluation, in which they'd be moved to G yellow, where I was last week, whether or not they could be discharged, or if there's some other alternative in the middle where maybe they need psychiatric treatment but not necessarily inpatient. So all of that to say, it's just like it sounds, consulting on medical cases to see what psych can offer or what this patient might need psychiatrically. So super cool, super interesting. The medical team I'm on is dope. So we have an attending doctor and just a resident, a third-year resident, and me. So it's a small team, and they're super helpful and teach me and don't make me feel like I don't know anything. So I really enjoyed the first day. See my bracelet, right?
bling bling. So that's that. Day 1 down. Hope you guys are having a blessed day, and I will check in with you guys soon. I don't know, you guys. I might be having a change of heart when it comes to psych, because consults is it. It is the place to be. I'm out at 2:30. My attending physician I work with is dope. Like, the medical team you're working on can make or break an experience. And I just lucked out with consults and the team I'm working on. So I'm enjoying it a lot. Thankfully, I'm here for 2 weeks, so I can get used to this. So we'll see if it stays this way.
Good morning, my loves. So today is the last day of week 2. I'm so glad because I really do need the weekend. I've actually loved consults so far, but I just need a break. Like, I need a break.
So just enjoying some good old cafeteria food.
All right, guys, my week of consults is done. Benito. Week 2 in the books. We are done. I think I said it before, but if I didn't, let me emphasize that your medical team makes or breaks your experience. That includes the doctor, the resident, and the students you are on the rotation with. It could either be the worst or the best experience, and it is totally dependent on who you are learning with and who is teaching you and all of that. So luckily this week was good. I found an attending that I really liked and worked well with. He just lets me do me and gives me the work and is like, go do it and report back to me, and I like that. Like, let me be autonomous. Let me learn and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, and then you give me feedback and tell me, oh no, go do this instead, or that was good, instead of just like babying me along the way or not letting me like get my feet wet. So I really enjoyed consults this week. Much better, much better than inpatient. So I'd probably rank it like a 7.5 out of 10. Like, it was really good, you guys. So because I'll be on consults again next week, I'll have another video about psychiatric consult. So I'll finish off this video by telling you guys about a patient case that I have. Obviously, HIPAA's real, no identifying information, but I want to share this case because it's a very interesting one that really kind of straddles the line between psychiatry and behavior and whatnot. So long story short, it's a 16-year-old female with a history of ADHD and behavioral problems who ran away from home for 2 weeks, and she was brought into the emergency department after she sent suicidal type texts to her aunt, who is her primary caregiver. So her aunt was obviously worried about her safety and the safety of others, so she was brought into the emergency department and then brought to kind of the pediatric unit because she still is a minor. So psychiatry was consulted because of these suicidal ideations, because she had sent these text messages that were threatening, to harm herself or insinuating that she was going to, maybe take her own life. But as we've seen her over this week, in my opinion, and obviously I am not a psychiatrist, I am only, 10 days in the game, I see it as a very typical, teenager who maybe doesn't have the best home situation, that has, some trauma in her past and some abuse from her childhood, who doesn't really trust people and doesn't want to be home because it's not a good situation. So therefore she runs from home, and she has these behavioral problems, and she runs with the wrong people, gets into legal troubles. And in my mind, it's less about psychiatry and more about the social factors and the social implications of our environment and our upbringing. But this is where the lines get blurred, right? Because defiant teenagers, there's what's considered kind of normal and acceptable and age appropriate behavior, and then there's when it crosses a line and becomes too much, and it affects that person's ability to function or the ability for others to feel safe in their presence. And that's when psychiatry has to get involved and be like, is there something more serious here? Is there a mood disorder where this person has suicidal or homicidal ideations and might hurt people? Is there a psychosis disorder? And
it's just so messy. It's so messy. I've gotten close with the patient over the week. I'll see her again next week and continue to follow her. She's currently hospitalized, and it will be, you know, until we can come to a consensus of what to do with her, whether or not to send her home or to send her to an inpatient psych unit. So it's very sad, but you know, I'm determined to kind of get through to her in this next week and really sort it out so that she can leave the hospital and feel good about her situation. So yeah, so that's just one of my cases I was working on this week. Kind of took it on as a project because it definitely hit a spot for me. You know, I feel like that's gonna happen often in medicine, but it was my first one that, that's like a young me, or like a young, you know, somebody I would know. So yeah, so that was that. And yeah, consults week 2 was good, really good. So week 3, next week, I'll be back on consults, but it is also shelf week. So next week I will only be working for 4 days, and then on Friday is my shelf exam. So I have to study this weekend and next week and really start to go hard so that I can nail that exam and get a good grade in my psychiatry rotation. So all right, guys, that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me any questions below that you have about psych, about consults, about medical school, about whatever, and I'll try to get to those. So be safe, be well, love you guys, and see you next week.